Bread, wajina kunyao. Inshiraka neat etiefo nyina. Ozioma ADAKABRE nie oribo baby. Yesi okwan tware suo. Ene suo tware okwan. Panyin ni hwan a yebo okwan betu asuo. Ozioma ADAKABRE FRIMPONG MANSO. Wajina kunya baby.
Yamama Trasio na Yamama ha. Every neat 100.9 FM so and it's a year back man aswe. Na ene wada na fosu obusume na yewomi. Nida etoso aduonu enson. Afi empinu aduonu emienu. Mami se abodonko apemu sesei. Na neat 100.9 FM. Jumadia yade ebremo no. Me minti. Me minti. Na me minti jumadia na yade ebremo no. Me amidi ho chia me yefra me ADAKABRE Mamudu osioma. Na biko karata. Panyini biko karata. Mansa chia me. Staff Sergeant Harrison Ford Kwabna Mavo. Watna sia yeba na yaba be pensen ene yetimi kusa enoma bi kakra. Production of this show proudly brought to you and owned by Panyinu Kwadwo Damiado. We offer Magjerry Osai Ajiman ena Ebony Chidom nansa ena a technical production no abna frema bankro wane na ya asafo wo mo nso etato akwe frema akwe fri yesusu ye gane mu a enye yie ono so na esebese mema nyina na fe engineering group no achu agbo ena worker atiaka na najare na abu agensu etato na adasen kroma nso yesa ne mrane se sempro na fe yamfa da so mfama facilities fo no big solo dada yaw Godfrey dodo no afre ne Ubrana na fe nso so Mapuna DJ Bosco na Mills nso yasa ne mrane se tai ensama yede ba no obetimi a WhatsApp ye won sem bebre mu betimi a WhatsApp ye on 050 600 0909 050 600 0909 na yehunu ba bia de fufu ebeko akwakobo ensamada maso ne no wose state of government and labor relationship organized labor ane Ghana ban wamuntam etesan ahead of May Day ya ebe taso and wose MPP internal elections and matters arising and interviews katabi ho na MPP German for ana kwabena omudi abana mekan brofo no aka ne twa amame okay na omudi bibia hyem omo se MPP national chairman ne na bi na official letters yetimi ka se ne mpna
kind side
be we susu de omo chene say omo san the darling class was the darling girl.
Oh, okay. I mean that is a girlfriend na odana kumaso
and na chese Germany so no omo and na national chairman so yire wo Germany. Mimi hair. Abna ene mimi kan rofa no aka ne twi wati ana.
Na de nsam wa ha.
Oma de nsam wa ha. Aspiring general secretary ba ko so bekasa. Wasi busa bibi bia fa party no ho bia no. Me de meka agire o. Anam se sa. Yes we are arrogance. Wasi me mamu aye sisi ana just offer me answer.
Offer no eh.
Wasi me friend na no be ma me mu aye.
And yeah, and that they have a hot. Of what we said, where we are saying here. Hayana, yeah, person what and no,
and that is a analysis a woman in a house so now over to yeah, Nanka will be a canasem or canasem no, and Alamba umia, and did it me by it, Mrs. Sunny and Baumia Alan. What you canasem no, or not say Alamba umia. Who does the report to another waka was about Baumia Alan? Was it was a hip
and someone no, I would say, your friend. Obi wo former NTI Suta kwa.
And your friends say Asafuaji.
Asafuaji.
Old timer.
Yeah. Of one we say, we say na analysis na wode manual. It tells you say, any kwan say more de kra say, o be make his attempt no.
Every free baby near the eba.
One was
the all can asem no. All can. Who free say when you calculating enough. Say what can say. Alan Baumia.
Yeah.
Now what to ba be can sem ni bia. Now what be dan na ye Baumia Alan.
Yeah.
Oh Majali.
Of one was say.
Mama na wo de yenti asem na akomi o kan kwabna. Wo de tie. Say na akomi no. Enti wonye experience and calculating enough. A obe hunu say do be si afa kan asem. Tia sampotia na akomi aka. Say na akomi no at what point and wo kan Baumia Alan. Awo no aka na asem awie. Na mo be ka no. Mo ba be dan no. Kwabra mi be wi be ka kire ne say wan nsem ya na be ka asem na kire wo. Tie dia na akomi aka e. Tie do kan. In a minute, 10 seconds, it is not coming.
Personal view on the matter. Parties should have a consensus, have the two leading candidates.
Wow. It's a very contrarian view. You want Baumia and Alan to run together?
Yeah. For a very simple reason. Simple reason is that for the first time, the two leading candidates also satisfy North-South. If Alan won, he's most likely to choose a running mate from the North. If Baumia won, he's most likely to choose a running mate from the South. The two of them, they are the leaders. Everybody knows. The other people coming in, very gentlemen of the party. But when we are talking of the, we've always known the front runners, haven't we?
Inti ono wa kan asem no. Ye kura chese o kan imprenson. Esusu voice kakre no ba ko pe ne bai. Imprenson nyina no. He was so calculating anopai kura no. Musa fle no hase. Darling bo kasa no. O se anamba umia. Inti dia na ama ade no obi dia ba bia sesa no. Aye ba umia Alan.
Ofana meme kura no. O se 50 day 1. Aya meka se enya de obofuo hu onwura mu nyina na oba obeka. Ya tensem pa ye ne mpanimfo nya nkitahudie nti ya tensem adoa wo hwei nanka ne ho wodo nanso sadoa yi ama na firi krochi amansa
adoa
na yi
ama
wono ade ebi anka ne ho wodo but sadoa yi ama na firi krochi amansa initially ena mebeka wa ha se sankofo no a omu pushi Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia ba no omu kura anti ena mempese mekọ ho kura no ena pam ena no menkwate a ba ko GBK fo
GBK fo no
ba ko se ono ana obi fetie se na nawia ono ana eba tese omu de ekawo mu nkoa enka ekawo mu nkoa enka yamfa Ghana Japadie nyina fama omu
ai
ekawo mu nkoa enka yamfa Ghana Japadie nyina afamu omu
ai
enti womu tiwai omu fum no benkum omu fum no nimfa omu fum no left right center esa be push another candidate yaba said ye be yo mbesa tena yekodi konoa wom gusu ya no a na saba akufo didi a ekurom nya de no wafa wotamfo kura mpo se wodidi no ama ne bi ani a wayaw
wotamfo
ai
wodim se wotam
ai se wodidi na wo ma ne bi di a wayaw kura wodwene ho
wayaw no ka se enenso akwede no ne hu na ahie ne de
party mu a ya de wo mu agu bench ya reserve kura ya mfra wo mu bi adano mekwate a owura bi a ye ma na etuma wo port yesi wokogina ba bi ko cassette a owura bi BBK before mu baako enti wanu nkonko bu ntare wɔ n'anim
Empa ne chewa.
na wɔnkɔpa ne kyɛw ansa na yɛ de post na ma no
Aye.
ɛna ɔno bisa sɛ really ɔnsa dan kai asɛm korɔ pɔte ya ɔka ya eti ano a ɛsɛ so ɔkɔpa ne kyɛw na nipa no ka kyɛn sɛ wo de awon kai kora wo de sɛ da akɔbu nkotodwe ne pa ne kyɛw. And how can you ask Mpesimbani to go and koto for
Go and do what?
Koto. Hey, onu nkonko nkotodwe. Enkopa nipa wanya dombo ne chew. Say, opa ne chew na dawuruma. So wakasa tia na wonfa ne bone nche no.
Onse dan kasa.
Wonse dan kasa.
Onuka wankai asem kra.
Wankai waso wankai. Menini nate Papa Kofu ba no hotel where your friend was
African region.
African regent. Yet wo and was say on kai and what cat any panis one day on kai no or can say contest in one.
Who said in the
yeah, and to walk one when we said there or copatel or say what their own kai pass, what their sadako. Na kobunko to the panitel.
They just say, young so you be judge man, mamma, and young hurrying.
Aha, na. One day on fair to man.
We
NTI.
We
at say, any papa one srempo and son when your post no. Sound of war winty, sound of war winty. And then, woman not to be Obeko position ha when I didn't question her. Aha, when I didn't question her. Aha, when I didn't question her. Any penum GBKBKB 4 pet.
GBKBK.
GBKBK 4 pet.
Papa, mamma can be being shown.
And woman to be a boss. And I was a pussy. Dr. Mama do answer or no samra. No one samba to us.
I'm at work. Now, the woman. Anya noa. Woman, the Sabi or the more day. NTI, young fat Dr. Baumi Amra. Now, what promise a nipa bear since in num. Ewo asante do be running mate do be running mate that running mate to see a ria and son will be yin running mate it won't mean no agreement to be any day emfanto na ukwa kwan fa so a president of the republic nanado oyi ni running mate be hunu ni padodo no mo kasa ye
of hey wo share party mu one will say almost strong gold pie asante.
I don't think me ma that background no. So would we be to say asante or Dr. Baumia Krenya or be said ya koma GBKBK for as a running mate.
And kasa say party no ba power no. Men kasa omunkwa na safata de. But you have to build them. Oh, kwaya ade wo no enya kwaya wa. What do you want to 2 years? Wait the ha, and so say, a one umpo, the nipa do was sign, and woman could tell the bread.
The brimpo.
Nipa do was send a could tell the bread.
The brimpo.
And he said, Nipanumi, what dear, for institution be a wagana. Now, cause I say, Omwa ya do omwa to what the beer link it to sad DBKBK for one.
This a branch here, didn't echo onu po. Yes, you didn't no post or mention saf. Tom pen and no more corner no more.
So we will be a when you are more yarding. So would you want to need a different? Obua, some position win ya. Woman quati won't baby say. Wo work or cassa. Of I can imagine. Papa ya makana suma can Canada moi.
Kwajo
akene kotoda moa TBKBK penini se wompe no ya manipa ne target wa miti na tuma awaye katase chane proye ebi ni ne ho adaya wo hwe no a wo ni asumesi nya adene enti yanyini mfiri ho na bisa ho se eka wo de ekum nipa nyina na nka wo nko a wa amanfo so sa wotie mu a wobenyu obi aso mu a obi a obetumi eyi ni fai nipa ni nyina bom ya onfa wo se asumesi firi ha obenti firi ha obetumi aka wo mu nyina bom a metena kira metumi hunu pefe se no anya me nko a na eka me nko ade media alantramante sika be no no wo sisi ai ed ministry wo kokoshe wo be ko wo motete wo mobo se nkwaso wo ho animia sanka ehwo na sika wo but ya dine oman ne da ate se why no be kuta oman no a emebunu benya adwuma aye ye benya asomde oye nukuradifo otumi kan nipa bom oye yini fire se nipa woda wada enti na metena tire di me se no papa we obetumi aka nipa bom obiebie opportunity akwanya edema ofahwe ene da sei yekọ wa wunia na dwuma mu data cement yene asenso
oko baby miensa
ya minister for Western
na Diamond na Jata
minister for Western na yekọ honom no ofa na wo se eniama ono ankasa ko hu wo honom a ne ho kura jiri no enti enkomodi akoso ofa me de ene the news wa ye the boka temu de kan ye ene ade nyina no enye wo kura na magene wo na me gene ho se ade amoa ene wo mu betumi di aboa no na ejuma a wo ye ne betumi aya kese na wetumi employ nipa bebre ewom because ukwa eye Ghana ni de se kron Ibrahim Mahama pe ene tumedie ya ne dia enye wono nko a ye wo businessmen ya e wo Ghana ha omu ye bideboa wo men ofa wonim ko a menyan menya ko bi free penny bi nten wo se edie na ope na omu enyeso wo mbetumi atu anamon e de aboa no a se openi na minsira ubenyina che yes opese ohun se ade amoa na obehia endie no mbetumi aye de aboa no because ade a wo gene ho a job creation
for the country
yes.
and for men and women
wo de offer data cement ho alantremante ni nia be na ye adwuma wo ni nia bi anya adwuma wo ho ni busua ni bi ani ho but opese ebetumi create jobs di ama Ghana fo dodo no anya adwuma aye nti oye de obetumi se ode beboa no wagina ne na so mo
mientie Germany fo no
na hwe obi nso
yenti fo no concerned members of MPP Germany and ekasai
what they are to
mesende di amount na me fama kwa ne chese minika mbu mu din wi na ebubu mu din wi anafem di amount be me kan provide no kan twi obeto obu ase pa wo mu a concern for no a large Suleiman or Stuttgart branch and I say Stuttgart chapter and Thomas Foucault or Berlin chapter and Michael Nanadu Jamfi Kumanini also Rain Nectar and Jones Bonsu or Freiberg Patricia Abigail Ado or Bremen Nana Samuan Ponsa Sabrokin Baba Awa Darmstadt Isaac Boache Frimpong Frankfurt Adwa Hoffman Darmstadt and Amadura Pao or Bremen the Quabramin Sendiamon na womo asem de omakoma so pa enkra omo de ama Freddie Blay national chairman no na kwabna yento ebo ase na yemfa nkra no emma Freddie Blay national chairman na ohunu se Germany fui na omani abri pa asem ni enti kwabna me de asende o inka kra bie na ubia na national chairman of MPP lawyer Freddie Blay na enkre
obase onokra wonko bi wo
awonko bi but we de ono no mabo ne tin nkrama no yemfa ne nkrama no enti yensha ase why kra do kwabra we will not allow Freddie Blay to destroy MPP Germany
Yama ononyam for Fred Blay and say MPP Germany.
Na say ene 27. Iti anura na dwo no mo de bae. Or see, we, the concerned members of MPP Germany, have become aware of a whimsical decision by the party's chairman, Mr. Blay, to compel the branch to open the electoral roll contrary to the branch rules and regulations and National Council resolutions 1 month to the branch elections.
What rasa womu concerned members ya MPP wo Germany. Woman hunu a kwan bi a party chairman pesa or the first one ya kwan pa. Yeah, owura ADAKABRE. Yeah, or pesa branch for no. Womu bie electoral roll. Yeah, any party nisi say no enko. National Council resolution womu de buy no enko. Say 1 month ya womu beto branch elections.
We don't only find this decision to be arbitrary, but also illegal.
Yehunu say etiamra.
Ana ayono nko asoso ana wagina ba bi de ba.
No ne arbitrary.
Arbitrary no ade ne pe ode ne boso ye na
fe. No anu wasi ne bode ba. Someone has arbitrary coming. Wasi ne bo no wode ba.
Asentiamra soso.
Asentiamra.
Was where is Mr. Blay deriving his motivation from?
Adia tumi na ta na ti a wode ya saa.
What is the basis of his decision? It's bizarre that he had allowed himself to be scammed this way. As an experienced lawyer, he failed to adhere to the basic tenet of fair trial, which requires you to hear the other side.
What I say, you ya say, obi a waya lawyer ni na wani mumra. Na obet na wana wabu mrakom na wadi aya di oye.
Nwetie asem no efape.
Wetie ba akofo asem na won kwankwatie the other side. Eno na wakyere no wo Hebrew kasem wa ha say.
Audi alteram partem rule.
Audi alteram partem rule.
Oh, wow. Yey. Imagine. We, the concerned members of MPP Germany, are stridently opposed to any attempts to manipulate the electoral process in favor of Mr. Blay's darling girl.
Yane concerned members MPP Germany, ya pesi ya katirem penimfo se, saadye na womo yani yetia, esan se, wapesa sanchi se ya woye, edi favor ne darling girl noa womo kana asem no.
For the record, the agitator who broke away from the party in the last elections and her team brought a petition before the National Council, which we opposed on the basis of law.
Sani pay uko omura kosumua edem ojai party no ho ebra na omo ba beto aba woni ni team nyina mpo ama omo the petition kura koma branch National Council. Yeah, and no crampo, womu and sweetina manaso at the boguye.
The branch National Council, upon hearing the two sides of the story, upheld our opposition, which essentially was in line with its own resolutions and the party's rules and regulations.
Na branch National Council for no etie asemuno, afenuni nina diye no. Womu enwunu se, wanu ankasa, party nisi se ene eniyama womudi ye adwuma no ase wamfa anya adwuma.
We laid enough factual basis that led to an irresistible conclusion that Mr. Blay's darling girl and her surrogates were not truthful, mischievous, and diabolic in their agenda.
Ye kasi sudia se etinye bi enimu se owura Blay darling girl no na ayen se nimu wan kanokre diabolic agenda ensemu a woka ne ye ono ankasa pesam nkum nyansem bi na woka na eni nyinaso.
Subsequently, we made copies of our opposition to the party's national headquarters.
ɛno ma yɛde kɔpe kura mpo kɔma party no headquarters
the pene no so mompene saa nipa oba no mo kana asɛm no pene no so mompene ni petition no so and omo de ho ensɛm no ebedan national headquarters. Since then we have not been called to narrate our side of the story.
Efri saa bra ne de besi nne yɛmfrɛ yɛn sɛ yɛnso yɛmfa yɛnu mu asɛm mmra.
And so it is shocking that such an arbitrary and illegal fiat will be issued without recourse to our side of the story.
NTI womu yase womu den sise bi beba ya womu ntie womu nso side asɛm no sɛ de esiti ankasa.
E je so mo do ma no di sam so ba nkran no obi antie o ma no asɛm ɛso ɛsɛ nkran ya bu asɛm no. Mimi ha. Indeed, it ought to be placed on record that similar to the events of the impending elections, Mr. Blaze supported his darling girl to break away from the branch after she lost abysmally at the last elections.
Wei emu no pefe se owura Fred bra na abato no baso no o support ne darling girl no ama o breakiye o free party nim every branch na ebra wo ko yen so o kolusu poto
odu kan lusu wie yansa na wo gya wo ho akọ
wo lusu poto anso o gya wo mo ewa abato no
whatever is driving Mr. Blaze to follow his darling girl so blindly remains a jigsaw puzzle to be figured out.
Womu tese ade a ejiji ononyamfo Fred Blaze ema wo di sa ne darling girl na ti ayese na ni afrefra na jigsaw so
ase na ni akata na se ntase bi ache no okwa afa
atase ate no na wasa paze no
members not only did we the concerned members garner over 40 signatories to assent our petition expressing resentments against manipulation of the electoral rules.
Na yane nko concerned members yo ana ya gada sa 40 signatories ya the petition no at the call say and you may be a cost or about to no I say and family kwan mu.
More than half of the candidates issued a memorandum opposing any such move.
One move fa and so I say
and you nipa 40 pe
and you nipa
a branch in nipa bears more than half of the branch no as so oppose. Since such a move will not only be a recipe for chaos but also an avenue for manipulators like Mr. Blaze darling girl to populate the register with non-party members.
Na saadi a womu ye enya se oye ne nko na de baba party ne mo na mom eya kwan boni a womu bi ato ama owura Blaze darling girl no aya register wodi nipa enya party ma e be wuram
eduru hososo abrochire ho nyina. By this release we are serving notice that if Mr. Blaze wants to wreck the branch, so be it.
NTI adekrate pia bonten di abom kokose so a person was say branch nso a ekwan ne nanim.
Because we are vowing never to comply with illegal, arbitrary and capricious order which is clearly animated by something fishy and erotic.
Na yani ya jene se enya ade a ye be ya ade bi a emfa mra kwan mu be tietia party no emra so na capricious ne de menti ase
na capricious wonti ase na erotic na ate ase
erotic se pro
hwe nchira ase mame Unje na sia mame capricious do do ni ko osache mensa bosua capricious obekire wase
ono
me de whimsical capricious
ma jerry no a wa yire no ho kan wa ma jerry we erotic atrese
o sai ka se bibi erotica prima
wa was acrobatic 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 yan cameraman.
Check it. Erotic, mommy.
Acrobatic yan cameraman.
Erotic, pow.
Ah.
Into erotic, won't you say?
Ova me dey amenye me me crampo vitibra me started ke den netra me kan bi da some ka me ni obi ka bro from ka say I am erotic na me na bi wa utie ma no kra hu say me kan bi da
na hey o maka so na mka say come to the German no ma the English pa say animated by something fishy and erotic. Germany for no.
One person tell so me your bogus.
erotic. Erotic. Also notice is hereby served. Germany for no ka say you.
Yeah, the sacrate. Alaji say man.
Erotic no so hono. Abna relating to or tending to arouse sexual desire or excitement. Na just say SDF Chairman Freddie Blaine ho babies ano. Aye. Nyam kayu. Freeman na check the abrebe. Uko Facebook live, omo the erotic na to say, omo say Freddie Blay, mami kan ho no be mu. If Mr. Blay wants to wreck the brand, so be it. Because we are vowing never to comply with his illegal, arbitrary, and capricious order, which is clearly animated by something fishy. And now say erotic. The says and who banner what tiamu now fuck talk okay kako. Was it relating to or tending to arouse sexual desire or excitement? It's Germany from woman. Advice so Alaji kan ho. Alaji so onyangu chiriwia. Alaji Suleiman or Stuttgart. And what they buy and Thomas Foucault our Berlin chapter and Michael Nanadu Jamfi Kumanini our Ryan Necker and Jones Bonsu our Freiberg Patricia Abigail Ado Bremen Nana Samuan Ponsa Sabrokin Baba Wa Darmstadt Isaac Boache Frimpong Frankfurt Adua Hoffman Darmstadt Amadora Bremen Minimsa Amadora na this erotic ni shemu Amadora na dibishim Amadora or Bremen or no one na dibishim say chairman says and ho ban na nia ha na for talk mu no wake cancel bi and wo koma sa orders yi can you imagine you know me din komo but before then Kabna
over
but me I was up here was 050 600 0909 I just said German branch, you know, concern MPP Germany, you know, describing a year direction of national chairman as something fishy and erotic. Prima, when I chairman see you, man can be. It also Google say something erotic, you know, related to or tending to arouse sexual desire or excitement. It's Germany for one beba.
Yenya womu a nanka womu asan adomu asukwa amaye na yewie nso ane ya pe na Freddie Blay na ye bisa ono nso
I will be me a interview we as a chairman e dey no akoka wa ma ayifo obuofo we
yeah ya nsaka no
ai na yabusa yabusa wo mo na yehwe ba bia de beko
fa na woti ede kwa akosi na wi e won so no mo to branch constituency elections no omo to constituency de na bi de Thursday, Friday, Saturday
and Sunday
na omo so to
de on Facebook live so no yenye interview ba kwin na yemfamra na branch no ekwani we gentle papa we gentle na o say o ko general secretary na sisia no utimi se ni twi no abapa iti yenye sa interview no na intimi emusa no wide ranging issues na elections ya omo organize kwan omo fa so omo de nyina no yetimi ahwe aka ho asem kusunete nit 100.9 FM right enti yanhwe na yama dwumadie no ensan enkoso ayi
FRIMPONG Needs FM.
Hey, catch it. Listen in here. And you ma beto to dia me baba no hwade no. Hwem so betumi a. Hey, now beka. Ya jon to mami ensa duku portmanteau. This way chocolate drink. Na kan wo hwe afi bia so beri ni waware ne a. This way chocolate drink. Na kan sia. Asew. Wo den kan no tumu ho. Me be mo anu nso hye kwa de aka ho. Wo hwade a wapi ho. O ka sa batete e da fom won. This way chocolate drink.
Catch up a baba.
Aso.
Ye fear say this way chocolate drink ya sorry no pa no ne nom. Ye be chef fridge nom no se snack. Ye nya hoho a no ne de serve wo mo. Ye didi wie ne ye pe bibia bogu ya de so a. This way chocolate drink ne nom. And this way no ti ano a he se kire wom koko wom prick wom bibia wom ade wo hia ne so se.
This way chocolate drink.
De wo hia ani so se.
FDA anhwe se adwede nkrato mo agya tum se eye.
Cool, fresh and trendy with a new look. Makes you feel real good, that refreshing vibe. Satisfies you right just the way you like. Do you know? Do you know? Do you know? Ain't gotta do it alone. Specialized makes you glow. Anytime. Natural mineral water. Feel different. Think special. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Utie oha FRIMPONG Needs FM. Utie oha FRIMPONG Needs FM.
And what do wo? Odo will be beer obey beer. Sheni Jenny afefedie nyina feel wo HD Plus so. Yesi wo do freni. Nanso entesa wo HD Plus so. Wo do busumi we mu. Ye kire wo do sonkwanka sa wo
Utie oha FRIMPONG Needs FM.
Hey, catch it. Listen in here. And you ma beto to dia me baba no hwade no. Hwem so betumi a. Hey, now beka. Ya jon to mami ensa duku portmanteau. This way chocolate drink. Na kan wo hwe afi bia so beri ni waware ne a. This way chocolate drink. Na kan sia. Asew. Wo den kan no tumu ho. Me be mo anu nso hye kwa de aka ho. Wo hwade a wapi ho. O ka sa batete e da fom won. This way chocolate drink.
Catch up a baba wari.
Aso.
Ye fear say this way chocolate drink ya sorry no pa no ne nom. Ye be chef fridge nom no se snack. Ye nya hoho a no ne de serve wo mo. Ye didi wie ne ye pe bibia bogu ya de so a. This way chocolate drink ne nom. And this way no ti ano a he se kire wom koko wom prick wom bibia wom ade wo hia ne so se.
This way chocolate drink.
De wo hia ani so se.
FDA anhwe se adwede nkrato mo agya tum se eye.
Cool, fresh and trendy with a new look. Makes you feel real good, that refreshing vibe. Satisfies you right just the way you like. Do you know? Do you know? Do you know? Ain't gotta do it alone. Specialized makes you glow. Anytime. Natural mineral water. Feel different. Think special. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Utie oha FRIMPONG Needs FM.
Neat 100.9 FM so any. Na ene Wednesday April 27, 2022. Time just about gone 9 minutes past 2. Na ene so and sama eba so enyina no na yugusu a yedi nkomo German. Kabla sana.
Be friend me pie. Say some go for bunso muntu minkasa. Ose they be for no ba. O mama MPC no hia o.
O sa.
Yeah. MPC no ni. Ata bibia san. O ona tren ko bibia. Nti sa wo ye obi a wo ye independent man. Ania wonko.
Utie oha FRIMPONG no.
Denya post.
And your point is how pass.
Ana me ready pa kro no pa. Ongongo pa jawa ba o.
Eti Germany for no. That's what more tries from the floor. Omunyan. It okay my men sign what's up 9 I'm famo mubim. Enti on me at the right number no I'm my 050 600 0909 050 600 0909 and that's what me I was up here on 0244 25 2016. Meet me I was up here on 0244 25 2016. Na woman metrim adie podia ya na chairman blade ya ye wo mo a enti wo mani abresa no ye ma omo the opportunity omo ntimi enche omo asem enti kwabra yenti da na Hamilton kaka Ugusutie ni 100.9 FM na ni nyina mu no kwabra in rounding up na ye ne aspiring general secretary entwe enkomo kakra German for no so omugusu a omususu omugusu ka question be pa na apeso obusa wo
German for o fa wo ti wo brofo na se chan ye ne a yate a won se ho no nsese a wo mudi aduma ne wo ntutu ye no
na adela ese dia na manta wanta wa ba party musa se even wo muti abrochiri kura na bekwa gofa
interest
because in America for oba ya FRIMPONG ya anti akira sembia se onu kwa do san ko onu post na Germany ho no no dia na esie London so on say and the usu so pay no onte aye bibia ɛhɔ no masem bia
Fa nkɔfoɔ bi wɔ hɔ nom a ɛwɔ mu sɛ wɔ mu party wɔ so wɔ mu ɛtɛ de wɔ mu ti opposition nti ebinom nso ɛpɛ change ebinom pɛ change nti woyɛ wadwen sɛ wobɛsi saa nkɔfoɔ no kwan a ɔmo ani ngye wo ho ɛna wohyɛ
the party mmara wɔ mu so so yɛ na obi ayɛ bibi
ɛna mmara wɔ mu nso executive kura yɛ se woyɛ yi a mmara bɛkye wo ɛti bi gye bi
saa ho
ɛti bi gye bi obi tumi executive member o ɛwɔ yɛ wo
okay ma yɛne aspiring general secretary ɛyɛ owura Musa Superior nkɔnkɔtwetwe nkɔmɔ kakra Honorable Superior, good afternoon.
Oh, hello, ADAKABRE, good afternoon.
I'm Pacho, what is saying?
Oh, you're done your mias in our suya.
Yansu Bonibia, enim, ye transaja, ye be good chiwana, ye disalano.
Yes, and ye is you, my brother.
But I brepa, and Cabribiano, said the Encremofo, Muslimi for Sabreno, unim seni jidie wo ni sumuntino, unchantrono, who was as a yarn time when other faithful. Yes, you were cast a sabre way, dear. We be trying to rotten be out the sabre wing quade, but more than a can of cray.
Absolutely, because who say make casa echo you? It repeats in my ear.
At the same, changing line at the same.
Hello?
What do you mean, car?
Yes, me too, but me can not a repeat in my ears.
Okay. My son try what you know
because me feel very uncomfortable.
Exactly. I bet trying to actually Eddie Amano or no I would tend to feel very uncomfortable. As an enagrimu aid into Germany for no and so it is oversign a friend or not Yahweh best friend Yahweh I feel a Germany for no. Okay. Honorable Superior, I feel what you can.
See, I
you didn't me say, Alhamdulillah. Hey, na you must say, from the days of Sir Ufri London, a bar, na Uba Kra, Ubesan called Tamale, for the love of the party. Ukot nuaba. Another danko kufuado doko ye Tamale MC. A quite of fast I would organize enduring yourself. In fact, what you would do Tamale Metropolis and assist the Waba Forestry Commission. Notwithstanding, at the end, I motivate you, say, Obebe Abepre Abe General Secretary of the New Patriotic Party.
Oh, thank you very much, my brother. Now, first of all, Maminchia Ubia Oti NIT FM 100.9 Ewa Ghana ha within Accra in the environments and other parts of the country. MPP for Ghanaian citizens, your polling station officers, any constituency executives. Yeah, Maminchia Ubia. The question is a very, very important question. Now, my answer is very simple. We are party now. We are party. Now, starty party. Tama party no krono Fred Krono Dankwa Buzia Club in the early 1990s. Let me a member at the age of 21. Let me the youngest member of the Dankwa Buzia Club in Tamale. So organizing Dankwa Buzia Club, sir, and then in 1992, on the 28th of July 1992. Ye changes Dankwa Buzia Club into MPP. So ye Bojuma sa ye co-election 1992. Oh, ADAKABRE still ekono ebao. Makasa nunku ye.
Miakrano. Ye to very well.
Now any mamin kasa.
Patro kasa.
Exactly. So 1992, 28 July, the MPP party was established. And your election in 1992. And then you're working so hard. In fact, the biggest political mobilization the MPP has ever done in the history of this party was between July 1992 and December 1992. because he established a party in July 1992. And then by December 1992, he called election. So between July and December, that's about 6 months. But we were able to mobilize the Ghanaian people to support us under Professor Dubois. You call election, we need election, hands down. But because that time Rawlings was so powerful, now he didn't want to leave, election, So from 1992, in 1996, I founded the Young Elephants Club. I mean, I'm a founder and president of the Young Elephants Club all over the country. Now, the purpose of that club, at that time, was to advocate a youth advocacy group, Emma MPP, Etimi Ghana, to advocate for MPP. Those days, not television, any radio, now I'm new hobby breed. So those days, grassroots communications all over the country. Then in 2000, election, and unfortunately, fortunately for us, we won the elections. His Excellency President Kufuor won. Or we still we continue to do party work. We me call London, me join the MPP UK branch, one of the top members in the MPP UK branch. Then we had Amprichum Sapon. Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs.
Yes.
MP for Mampong.
Yes.
And then not only a chairman, Malona Nipa, may he so rest in peace. Atakrofi also became a chairman. I was an active member of the UK branch. So later, me back Ghana again, and then me co contestee for national organizer in 2005. So our contest no mini Alaji Bamba, now a former deputy presidential affairs minister. Any Mr. Lord Comey. Currently, Lord Comey is the director of operations at the Jubilee House. Then I call contest for the national organizer then. I remember then Mustafa Hamid contestee, General Secretary, only Ohini too, and then some other people. Then the contest Lord Comey we need, but all the same Yagusubo Party Juma. And then in 2011, we contested MPP primaries at Watamale Central. We win here. So 2012 presidential and parliamentary elections, me MPP parliamentary candidate for Tamale Central. Unfortunately, and my brother Inusa Pusini, all we need is our seat when we went for the contest. But numbers ever up from 19,000 to almost 24,000 cities in 2012. Then in 2014, the former General Secretary appointed me to become the special assistant. So with the work I cry, when I was special assistant to the General Secretary.
Yes.
Then by the end of 2015, His Excellency Nana Addo Akufo-Addo, the President of the Republic of Ghana, then the opposition leader, appointed me to become the campaign aide to the 2016 campaign. So throughout 2016 campaign, wherever the president, then flag bearer, was there to campaign, I was there. Edinechi, myself, Asenso Boachi, UJ Ahin, Abu Jinapo, Honorable Minister Abu Jinapo, Mustafa Hamid, and the rest. We then forming the nucleus of the young people around Akufo-Addo's campaign officials, Satama Oko out to campaign for all the 275 constituencies. And then we won the elections. The president is a very, very smart person. He knows where you can fit. So here we are now, Musa, go and serve your people in Tamale. Antina Minya Juma as Metropolitan Chief Executive for Tamale. So me serve from 2017 until 2020. You call another election. And then we won the election, even though it was a very terrible performance. We need. And then just last November, His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, appointed me to become the Deputy CEO for the Forestry Commission. So in all, no, this is me. Now, throughout my adult life, I've spent all my adult life serving and working for the MPP.
I'm what me because you have a 10-point plan, and then you back 10-point plan. You back canning na mako. Now, afiyebusa other issues in the party, given the fact that what demonstrated sufficient appreciation of events surrounding the MPP. But before then, you mentioned, say, we terrible election results. I don't know, sir.
Absolutely terrible. Now, you call election. Say in 2016, campaign the campaign was solely led by the presidential candidate and the vice presidential candidate. It was one of the most exciting campaigns our MPP has done in recent years. Because those campaigns now encouraged the rest of the Ghanaian people to understand, say, the John Mahama government was not good for the country. Because the whole administration of John Mahama was incompetently run. So the then flag bearer, now president of the Republic of Ghana, he led the charge very effectively. So of course, 2016 election, and call I am making across the country, Ghana for DHPA. So call election, we won. And then the former General Secretary, Kobna Ejejepon, who was suspended by the National Council. At that time, 2015, organizing a very transparent primaries. The primaries are parliamentary primaries across the country. It was fair, credible, and transparent. There was no disqualifications. Everybody was allowed to contest. So at the end of our primaries, they produced parliamentary candidates which were acceptable to the MPP people across the country. And on the basis of that, 2017 election, we were able to chalk Saha wonderful success by getting 169 seats in parliament. Now, mandate, it was a proper mandate. So between 2017 and 2020, we governed this country without any problem. All your policies went through. But fast forward 2020 election, 32 members of parliament got fired at the NTI because time primaries in the 2020 primaries not interest no dorsal. Yes, so much disqualifications, suspensions. Now people didn't even want to listen. Disregard for party people. At the end of the day, you produce an unfair system. Now that system no call election, it got crashed. The system got totally crashed. So from 169 seats to 137 seats. Now, we have the whole MPP party. They say Tanki, the MP for Fomina, or a very God-fearing man, or a deep-rooted, thorough MPP person. Because all we need is a seat as independent, despite all the challenges, or say, of Babe Bois MPP. And that's why today we are majority. That is why today we are a majority. So the performance of the MPP party in the 2020 election was abysmal. It was terrible.
Sad descriptions, horrible results, abysmal, terrible. And Nunti Ena Ebema Jumbo do Crabbe describe was arrogant yana.
Oh no! As for him, there, let him use the kinds of words or use it. It doesn't really matter. But maybe a surprise there. A general secretary will describe a fellow party person arrogant. It doesn't speak well of a general secretary. So I will leave that to him and allow the public to judge him Now, who describing people who are concerned about the party, criticizing the infrastructure, the deficiencies are in our party, and giving a narrative of the way I am performing, and won't mean defending the kinds of things you have done and now record, or to say, oh, they are cannot and we have done well. This is what we have done. To say me arrogant there. I think that the General Secretary should check himself. And I will leave Sardiano to the party people around the country to make a judgment of such a statement. The General Secretary should be talking to another party person. Say we are arrogant. So after that one there, I think we should continue this conversation. So that
who accept we are arrogant and also
I'm arrogant. I'm a very humble Ghanaian citizen. Minya arrogance. Now you be describing arrogance. Arrogance is a disregard for mandate, abuse of mandate, abuse of authority. Arrogance, no, there was so many things. Arrogance is the feeling that you are entitled to something the larger group is entitled to. You are the only person who is entitled to. Me, I can understand the pressure on John Wedo. He's really under serious pressure because for the first time in his life, he hasn't gotten a stiff competition like this. And therefore, he can go on radio and television. And I'm sure the party people, your elders, will watch it. Because me, I am not ready to respond and get into the gutter with him. But probably he might say it to someone else.
But do you accept you are a proud person?
I'm not a proud person. I'm not me. In fact, me pride, no, a normal pride. A pride of responsibility. Pride I have buanepa. I am so humble. A number of thousands of people I have worked with. I don't disregard people. So me not proud. Just a word that he's unable to articulate the vision. And until him defending the record. So the only thing is to come at me. Say me contest General Secretary. Or come at me to try and say these things to convince. And I tell you a party for around the country say me papa. No, that is not what the party people want. Now, party people selected between the record of the current General Secretary and the vision of Musa Superior. And one no period. You can go. I'm responsible. I'm 51 years, and I should be responsible in the kind of things I say about my party people. You can bet Marker out and say A, B, C, D. John, whether you are also this, you are that, you are that. No, but you have to protect this party. Now, Santin Amir running the party first agenda. Now, in my politics, I will not do anything that will undermine a member of this party and the party as a whole. So John Boydu will have to be held responsible for making these comments about party people just because of a contest.
Now, could it be, say, a choir what the 10-point plan no abba? Any description what the a juma or vision or person somehow as undermine what he's doing now and
No, the 10-point plan and correct a number of things. You say MPP party and they produce MPP government. Now, since they produced government in 2016 and the government got sworn in 2017, the kinds of things the Akufo-Addo-led government is doing, my view and my conclusion is that it is one of the best governments in the Fourth Republic. Kufuor's government delivered, Akufo-Addo government. So these are the two competitive governments in the Fourth Republic. Any government produced by MPP in the Fourth Republic does better than an NDC government. But what I am saying is Yentimin producing a government that is dealing with huge challenges. Government is looking after over 30.8 million Ghanaian people, building infrastructure. It does security matters, international diplomacy, etc., etc. Very, very difficult responsibility. And every single day, the president and his cabinet, they're pulling through. Even under a global pandemic, I'm pull it through. Then a political party, I'm producing government. The party is every day lucky behind. In 2018, they called Koforidua. They call electee national officers of the party. Now, between 2018 and 2022, we want evidence of Omo performance. And because Omo fairly terribly party, the structures have become very weak. ADAKABRE me pese will conduct its own independent investigation around the country in every constituency. Now, Bisa constituency officers, polling station officers, elders of the party, patrons. Bisa almost said, since we came to power 5 years ago, when was the last time a national officer has paid a courtesy working visit, Listen to the phrase. Has paid a courtesy working visit to the constituency. That's number one. And then Bisa almost said, when was the last time a national officer has paid a proper working visit to the constituency? Not days that election, some 1 year to the election, then you go around the country and be organizing seminars, any training programs. Not that the president is coming. Some people follow the president. Not that. Who were mandated between 2018 and 2020. In the 2018 and 2020, we show evidence. The General Secretary should demonstrate evidence where he has gone to work. Say he has done 2-3 days working for the party in that constituency. It's absolutely zero.
But at least the General Secretary would also say, during his tenure, what the party about a government when he wasn't just the General Secretary, but was a campaign coordinator, and now we're posted to over 1 million votes. And this time around, as you describe it as terrible, he still managed to bring 500,000 to bear on the presidential numbers of Nana Akufo-Addo. Would you still
of course,
say
these are arguments General Secretary me make it, and I'm fine without me making those arguments. Now those arguments will be made, whereas me making an argument and the other aspirants they make an argument, then the Ghanaian MPP people will decide. So say General Secretary to me making these arguments here. I don't have a problem with that. All I know is that in 2016 it was a clarion call election. John Mahama demonstrated absolute incompetence, and therefore President Akufo-Addo, then presidential candidate, any Dr. Bawumia, then presidential running mate, almost lead the campaign and supported by the then General Secretary, who did a lot of positive internal work to produce a parliamentary candidates. That's why we need. Who say? Kognai Japan actually worked so hard to organize the internal primaries before he was suspended.
Yes.
And therefore, the outcome of primaries, NIPA primaries, produce here to be nominated as a parliamentary candidate. We need 169 seats. A lot of MPP people don't understand that.
And the high point of Kabre Japan led General Secretary, almost direct money through Ghana Commercial Bank into the account of the various constituencies.
Absolutely, and I'm confident, sir. I mean, if I'm wrong, I could be corrected. I'm sure he initiated it.
In fact, he did, and then ensured, say, "Omo discarding inano ebefa bank ediakugu a constituency account na constituency leadership no arane internal elections no."
Yes, so now internal elections now he insisted, say, Obia Anko.
In fact, there were no
last week,
disqualifications.
A leading strong member of the party, Canadian Japan. He gave a very, very, very thoughtful warning to the party people and said, Mama Obianko. Let everybody go.
We will come there and talk about using disqualification. But let me ask you.
Let me round up this point.
Okay.
So, the General Secretary can make a case, and in a democracy, acceptable, say, you argue and debate your case. And that is what he should be doing, and stop calling people arrogant and stop telling lies about people. What you say?
Yeah.
You make your case, I have done this, I have done that. Then I will say, no, what? There we are, and yet enough. If it was enough today, we will not be struggling in Parliament. Look at the e-levy. We have to go through this wahala, my brother, to get this e-levy. In fact, every MPP communicator got tired. Because every day you have to come and defend. Nka comfortable mandate. Nka e-levy nka be cut through.
All right. Yane Honorable Musa Superior wɔyɛ deputy chief executive forestry commission hitherto na wɔyɛ metropolitan chief executive Tamale Metropolitan Assembly. Now, or aspire to become the general secretary of the New Patriotic Party. And now all traying kwanya one of the obefaso ede abe general secretary. And no me bia akochew intia or no the oppressor or correct na MPP amanyukono as I back to glorious days of Eshi Rado. Now, when you go around, we are picking signals there. You've been telling delegates say there's a scam architecture. Now, a scam architecture.
Oh, you are following. You are really following the campaign. Who follow campaign no pa because scam architecture I show it to only the delegates. Anyway, we are investigative journalists. Now, before I continue, no. That is she rada o singi, you know. Exciting me, pa. So I'm going to give you another one.
Go ahead.
We are the new patriotic party. We are the new patriotic party. The elephant, our winning symbol. We are all to save Ghana. The elephant, our winning symbol. We are one to save Ghana. That is the Kukudu party. Strong party. The party with the shortest national anthem, party anthem. It said the party has smart people that we shouldn't leave the party. There should be a competition so that yet me recruit these smart people to come and lead the party.
Scam architecture, anything.
Scam architecture, no, yeah. When people say amount for Juma, not Juma no amount to me year, then they present a scam architecture to try and deceive you. Say Juma no amount to me year, but they are right. Different scam architecture. So number one on the scam architecture, no, explanation of errors. Explaining the errors because I have heard on PM Express said the General Secretary has said he takes responsibility for our poor performance. So it means that if you take the responsibility for our poor performance, the reason he wants to continue the job is to explain the errors, why you're performing poorly, including, I heard him say that because of COVID-19. Now, so that's number one. So party people should know that when people come back and they are explaining errors, why they failed, a scam. Number two, on the explanation, say everything is okay. When majority of the party people know that not everything is okay. So, for example, I won't pretend to say things are okay at the local level, at the polling station level, at the constituency level, at the electoral area coordinator level. Things are okay. But if they go down there, who say things are not okay, our people are struggling. In fact, in some cases, constituency officers name their own call for help. They don't know where to go for help. So things are okay. Then they will come and explain to you, say, why they haven't been able to help. When you have every authority, you have every power, you are national officers of the party, Montimin producing a program that can empower your party people across the country. Now you come and want to explain to the people because of election time why you haven't been able to help. And then the last one in the scam architecture is ADAKABRE, this is a scam architecture. I have explained that to our party people. Now, I'm very excited. I'll let you say. In fact, almost started calling me to confirm, say, scam architecture, no, almost say you see. So that is the scam architecture.
Not surprising, say, I picked it up on the ground on the basis, say, and none Musa Superior all call rounds and all poison delegates, all minds against current executive. Are you not afraid of disqualification?
No. How can they be? How can I be disqualified? I haven't done anything wrong.
Poisoning delegates'
I don't
mind.
think that the party will disqualify me. I'm serving this party from infancy right now. I have my man. Now, if I have done something wrong, of course, the party reserve the right to say no. Why we have done wrong.
Telling delegates they should defy the current crop of national officers for disqualification because they were poor, and it is the MPP that has made them who they are now. So no, they should not lord over them. Are you not
the current leadership? I don't regret saying it. I will continue to say it. They haven't been able to put a plan in place to look after your party people. Now, only one item mandate, just one item tax from 2018 and 2022. And the item is making sure looking after the party. Now, to look after the party means to look after the party people. Because they will empower party people, it means that you are looking after the party. So that the constituency officers in constituency A, they are empowered enough to use resources to organize the party. The moment the party leadership at the top fails to empower your party for at the local level, it means that the party leadership is actually disorganizing the party. Because it is the empowerment and never the organization. And therefore, every constituency officer, electoral area coordinator, polling station officer, ambassadors of the party. Now, every ambassador of the party is on the confidence to go out there and try and get NIPA MPP for to join the party. And in doing so, the personality or presentee will convince some non-MPP person to say, oh yes, I will join the party because this person has been empowered by his party. That is what I'm talking about.
Musa Superior, on Facebook Live, said you show here interactive, no? There's a comment on Facebook Live, Christopher Columbus GH. And then this is what he says, and we would urge you to listen carefully and respond if you need to. Or say, we have a current situation where MPP party officers from polling station executives to constituency executives have silently resigned from the party unofficially because they have been abandoned, ignored, and their wherefore has been neglected. The MPP party is weak, hence we need a strategic, renewed hope to recruit them back to the party. No one else than the competent, illustrious Musa Superior can save this party as the next general secretary of our party. I subscribe to the party first People's Campaign agenda. Christopher Columbus. Now, assertions are all, what do you make of it? Is it true of the MPP?
I totally 100% agree with him. And I'm sure he's also been traveling around the country. Now, on travel cry, maybe in his little corner, party for they are angry. Everywhere I have been, Marco ADAKABRE make on 10 regions, 59 constituencies since I started in December. Now, everywhere I go, now party for or more complaining. In fact, the last complaint I made address here was in Ahanta West constituency in the Western region. A young party polling station officer, point blank in my face, I think it was about 21 years. The Honorable Media Majai, I had to explain to him the dangers of leaving the MPP because we were always better than the NDC. But there's our internal issues, no. Midani General Secretary, me correct it. So since then, imagine the number, Minister Anipano, he's called Adaikwisi. Minister Anipano, they are interacting so that I continue to encourage him. So it's all over the country. Say party for no, they have left silently. Me call Techiman South, and I'm sure Techiman South for Muchi. The kinds of complaints I got from Techiman South, one man also, and also, he was crying. The American constituency, the youth organizer, the moment he started speaking, he started crying. This is not the way we should treat our party people. That the responsibility lies on the doorstep of the General Secretary and the rest of the MPP National Executive. So that some accept responsibility and make sure that we correct things so that we would concentrate in the way I am managing a party to the way so that Obia party, the person will feel a sense of ownership. Well, I'm not saying Musa Superior is not saying me produce a plan that can help 100% MPP people. That is not true. Nobody can do that. But there should be a plan in place. We're going to put a plan in place. And as part of my 10-point plan, we are doing what we call the Business Development Unit. In fact, if you read Article 2, I think Article 2, under the aims and objectives of the party, clause 14 under Article 2, it is clear. One of the things we have to do as a party is very, very, very clear. To make sure that we encourage people to go into economic activities and open up the market and help people to grow their enterprises. That is the MPP constitution speaking. Now, I say I start with us first and achieve it. So, as General Secretary, I'll be proposing to the National Steering Committee, we should have a business development unit. In South Africa, the ANC has something like that. I think it was called the EEC, the Economic Enterprise something. And then they used it to help the party people that they were not in good economic standing. We can do that. The business development unit is not coming to help every single person, but it is available if people come on Betima advice on business grounds. Issues of reward. Maybe I'm sure we'll discuss it in the 10-point plan.
Certainly. In fact, I'm looking to have a discussion with the editorial team to have you visit us in the studios so that we would have a whole afternoon discuss comprehensively, because given our background out there,
ADAKABRE
background out there, my say from 1992, ABC and ne why ye were MPP mono. Here ma say yema akwenya ema adie bia peso ye bia no yentie ne yie na yemfa time constraints entwa so na yentie ho ase. But
you be discussing next week. I'll be available from the 10th. 10th of May.
Yes.
So anytime between 10th and 14th of May.
All right. Yane Honorable Musa Superior, Deputy Chief Executive, Forestry Commission, former Metropolitan Chief Executive, Tamale Metropolitan Assembly, now aspiring to become the new General Secretary of the MPP, and aiding Komo on one wide-ranging issues. Na okase mono, we are very strong. Na se obeye General Secretary Onyini said the fact of say free the northern region ebetimi ahampa the potential of Dr. Mamadu Bawumia as the flag bearer of MPP Anna.
No. Away in Amati, propaganda, serious propaganda being speculated by certain people. Ade. Na yenina Ghana for. Yeni Dagomba Ghanaian, ana Ashanti Ghanaian, ana yenina Ghana for. Yenina kuta one national ID card. Na sa ID card no yen chose we Dagomba ni, ana we Ashanti ni, ana we Frafrani, ana we Ghani, ana Hausa ni. Yenina Ghanaian. You create one national passport. You are Ghanaians. So the moment you introduce ethnocentric politics into a unit, in the unit Ghanaian politics, we are danger to the Ghanaian politics. So the most important thing is for people to go out there and express more competence so that they get voted. Because you are Ghanaian. That's number one. Number two, party. You established a party in 1992. Now, from 1992 up to date, it has always been a General Secretary, a presidential candidate. From 1992, all your presidential candidates, there are 3 presidential candidates. Professor Alberto Dubois in 1992. His Excellency President Kufuor, 1996 to 2000. And then, in 2012, they got elected. 2008, I think. 2008, we elected His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo as presidential candidates. all of them, we account for. All the general secretaries who have served them, right down from Ajenim Boatin, Daniel Boche, or Hininto, Sir John, Kobne Japan, any John Buido, we now account for. So why? Nobody complained because you're one party. The constitution of the party says there, if you feel say Obetma party, who are the right skills and the right qualifications and everything, come and contest. So our language, it's not something I will accept. I will reject it. And say Ghanaians in the MPP say, thinking in their view say, His Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, is the most capable person to lead our country to continue with the good work of Akufo-Addo. They will vote for him. They will say, because I am General Secretary and I come from the North, and in any case, you're free one sector of the North. You're free the same region. He's from the Northeast region, and I'm from Northern region. The same thing that happened here from 1992. Most of these Akan people, we are Akan, but they don't come from the same regions. So that argument, a moot argument, that propaganda, it is dead on arrival. And to me, undermining a campaign, we are focused on the campaign and they call out from constituency to constituency to deliver a message to the campaign. And we are confident, say, July 16th, this year, the MPP fraternity, choosing me to become General Secretary of the party.
The prospect of July 16 decision, Musa Superior, Wababe General Secretary of the MPP. Then, up to December 2023, Dr. Mahamadou Bawumia, Wababe flag bearer of the MPP. When political pundits begin to suggest, say, MPP has become a northern party, what kind of saying?
No, those political pundits, they become uneducated. That's number one. Or we are propagandists. You get the point.
Mm-hmm.
Those political pundits, so almost started a Jumano a propaganda because my explainer will say, NDC for they be almost a party, a can party, and you know, which is totally false, a propaganda. So we have gone through our propaganda and we have defeated them in elections. So and by the grace of God, such a thing happens. I become General Secretary and the Northerner becomes a presidential candidate. Almost starts our propaganda. The collective might of the MPP will defeat them.
Inshallah, so maybe General Secretary na Northerner ebe a presidential candidate. Are you reluctant? So about Dr. Bawumia Diana.
Oh no. I mean say a Northerner because they see an open nominations. A number of Northerners can file. The most important thing is that if two Northerners hold just two very important positions, and should say the party is a Northern party. Now, even if it is Dr. Bawumia, hasn't he paid his dues? He has paid his dues as any other presidential candidate that is coming up, and therefore, or deserving, or to me, convincing Ghanaians that he is the most competent person to rule Ghana. In fact, sometimes we are not actually looking for presidential candidates or may win elections, because presidential candidates don't win elections. We are looking for a candidate who has the competence to manage the country. Political party they win election, so that yet me producing a presidential candidate. So we're looking at the global picture, the larger picture, not the myopic one. Where among all Nipa almost see almost flag bearer for MPP, which one among them is capable enough, or the most appropriate person to become, or president? He can look after the country. That is what we look into a presidential look for into a presidential candidate. So, campaigns now for any reason the party people have chosen me because say I have published a 10-point plan addressing the party problem, and then they go on to choose Dr. Bawumia. It will be fantastic for the party because it is a decision of the party.
Musa Superior, in 1979, na Popular Front Party, and Victor Owusu, and Alhaji Yakubu Tolon na Nyankopon Fanekra NC. na vitu susu nyame mfa ne kransie wani mienu eko contest. In fact na Yakubu Tolon na ye chairman of the Popular Front Party and so oko flagbearership race no na vitu su win ye no and of Tolon na ena odeno ye ni running mate. Current situation, a party stalwart to say Nana Akwamia, a managing director of the state-run STC, say, or no dear, Ofri said 2 front runners of the current MPP flagbearership preview, no, Alan Chirematin and Dr. Mamadou Bawumia. Nankon Kususu say, Wamumi no, a sign as set up for the north-south or south-north permutations, no. Inti ka MPP and Pennyfo, or my can be ye no. And she said, Kasani Panimi no, somehow, Yabemo man running the ticket of the MPP. Now, what are your thoughts on that score?
One thing me love about MPP, a democratic party, it allows the members to be able to interrogate issues internally. So, Nana Akumia is a senior member of the party, one of the most important persons in this party. And Tama Oye, communications director, he delivered so well. A calm personality, very, very fantastic person. The points, no, I respect them, but I disagree. The reason I disagree is that the party is a democratic party. One of the values of the MPP is elections. They call internal elections. So if people are interested, now they have called election and there's only one person, they declare the person unopposed. Now, say, amount for if people are interested, and we are hearing that a number of people are interested. I say a contest, no, and also, and I encourage the contest because my brother, competition produces efficiency. May encourage contest so that at the end of the day, the contest no Basso and the MPP people, electoral college no decide this there, Baumia. Then Baumia will choose from the MPP pool. Obia or you're compatible with him. Because compatibility no is very, very important. Now if it is Alan Chilmantema, then Alan will choose within the MPP Obia Obe only no Juma without any huge challenges. So me, I disagree with my senior colleague that we should start a process to say we should choose one of them to be presidential candidate and then the other one should be running mate. No, we should open up the contest, allow the party to do. In fact, it's been happening since 1992. It's never happened. In fact, that is even an alien decision. Yes, I know it will actually undermine your constitution. So I will say, that presidential process, no, we should allow it so that people will go out there and compete on more eligibility and more competence and more popularity in their party. At the end of the day, I tell you, there hasn't been any loser. Yeah, and your election in MPP, and there have been a loser. Because at the end of the day, now collectively, look, I'm contesting for general secretary. If at the end of the day, the delegate decide that I won't be general secretary, I will still help the general secretary elected to work for their party. So exercise from the polling station through to the electoral area coordinators, to the constituency, to regional, to national, and to presidential. No, a very important exercises are exciting the base of their party. Number one. Number two, providing energy. Number three, a competition of ideas so that your party follow to see people with the best ideas so that we can your leaders know at all sections of their party will be made available. So I think that my view is that arrangement, the party shouldn't consider it. We should just allow a normal process of choosing a presidential candidate so that.
Answer na maybe a final question. Na minkan message we say emfa amount na menhwe whether a bit excite wana. Or say, good afternoon, Alhaji ADAKABRE Mahmudu Usioma. That Idrisu Musa Superior, Afaidi, is arrogant as it's been described by John Boadu. I would say it's unfortunate. Idrisu Musa, I've known him since day nursery to P6 Sakasaka Primary School, Block A.
That's correct.
I have sat on same class, all through in the same class. Afaidi is not arrogant person. What I can say about him is that he is a hard nut to crack and will not bend when he sets out on an ambition for himself. I've heard you ask him if he's proud. Yes, he's a proud Dagumba man. I can go on and on, but let's leave it here. I am Peter Bialili. Say so about my good friend Afazi, Red Malam. Are you a Red Malam?
You know, anybody are all friend me Afa Idi. Me are very careful with their person because I live on me pa. That time I call Makrantano. Who say who perform me well? Then they will say that we are Afa, we are teacher. So Afa Idi, actually say teacher Idi. Because now almost teacher, now they be I was appearing to be somebody humbly me in front of my colleagues. So your teacher no see where I am teacher Idi. Now Idino is a short of Idrisu. So Afa Idi so sa nipa no only me pa na the all kind no kwe na
leave it there.
As a human being, no, you know our principles. Now, your principles is honesty, the global principles of life. Yes, you now follow. You should be truthful. You should be honest. You don't tell lies. You should respect society and things like that. These are my values. Now, our values, no. Say, me office now, koka obia sema. If I tell you that, look, I don't accept these conversations in our office, that does not show me arrogant. Uba me ho now catch them say, oh Musa, me pe laptop ya. I won't lie to you, say, oh Brauchina, I will say to you, say, oh laptop I still want it. Now currently no mean to me from now. But let's see what happens. And your arrogance.
Say
I don't even get where this guy say who got to say me arrogant. So I'm happy say one listener only me pa babe disagree with the general secretary say me arrogant. Me arrogant. Arrogant can never. In fact, I am direct opposite the word.
And then
absolutely direct opposite the word.
A political historian also brings it up and say Musa Superior is good with political communication. So at least,
oh wow,
yes, a political historian tells us Superior is good with political communication. So finally, polling station elections we HAP bi kakra bi wo ho ya electoral area coordinator elections bi wo ho kakra bi a problem kakra ho and na sisia ye constituency elections between Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. What are your thoughts as to what is going on, especially where there are threats of disqualification at the voting levels?
First of all, I mean, thank you, the political historian, for that kind comment. Secondly, yesterday reorganization of the party, it was really tough for the MPP. Say wakai. Because yesterday with the basic level, the widest level of election, SRT problems, because now machinations and electoral malpractices and corruption. Now, also, almost every constituency, my brother, witnessed some form of electoral malpractices, holding of forms, so. So there were so many issues. But the good news is that, and I want to commend the General Secretary and the MPP leadership, the good news, almost set a committee. And the committee is headed by a very, very honorable, respected member of the party, Honorable Cecilia Dapa, currently the only Minister for Sanitation and acting Minister for Gender. Only the committee to investigate all these complaints that have come to the party's attention. So because of that, I shouldn't be talking a lot about the happening here in the polling station, because now the party has established a platform to address our problems. Moving forward, constituency elections. My information is that some people have been disqualified across the country. I don't agree with that. It is not good. Let's let the people vote, provided those people know. Look, there are certain offenses here, minor offenses. Now, so those minor offenses, no, in psychology, you just absorb them. In psychology, minor offenses should be absorbed so that you don't create further problems. There are issues of allegations of say, oh, Nipa way, now he went to campaign against a party candidate in a particular constituency. Meanwhile, there's no evidence to that. When you na afa asemaba. So media, I disagree with those qualifications and you're good. But going forward, no, from Ochina until the first, you elections. Let me make it a direct, passionate appeal to MPP people. A family contest, a internal contest. In fact, the reason for this contest is to prepare a party for 2024. Now, say getting the contest right, especially at the constituency level, party no pa. Because it is the collection of the 275 constituencies, no, and in a national party, no. So say to me, build these stronger parties in every constituency and make sure say the operations of the party in the constituencies are efficient and effective. I am telling you, a party no at the national level. So I'm saying, as part of my 10-point plan, no, I'm talking about the bottom up approach. And then I'm also talking about activity plan, and I'm sure, say next week we discuss.
Next
so
week
we make it direct appeal to them. Say contest, no, it should be free of violence. There shouldn't be any problem. So that at the end of the day, you bet you see a constituency officers or more heavy. In fact, more the heaviest responsibility to make sure, say the link between the constituency and the polling station and the regional level, gap no, a conveyor belt of information, any juma from polling station to region and from region back to polling station, any electoral area. So I'm making a direct appeal to everybody, say election no, calmly, so that Obia Behun say a party no, a democratic party. I'm sure there will be few cases of isolations of maybe problems, but I think the elections committee, they should be absolutely fair. The problems with the elections here, a vested interest no doso. Now, if you are pursuing a party first agenda, your only interest is an interest to develop and make the party strong. Okay. PR interest should be MPP first agenda, so that it may mobilize the party, because the fight ahead of us is not an easy fight. Nobody should ever think say election a easy election. No, the propaganda about the NDC is just too much. And it does look like the Ghanaian people are trying to accept propaganda, even though every economy in the world is facing a global problem.
Right.
So I may make it direct appeal to a party people say, conducting elections fairly, produce your constituency officers, so that they will be given the mandate to manage the affairs of their party in the various constituencies.
Yeah, that was a Papa Musa teacher superior. There was it. You know but then on Facebook Live, another person also brings it up, and we should read it to your hearing. Or say the MPP party has always lacked outspoken people like Musa Superior, who could speak truth in this manner without hesitation. He's clearly the kind of general secretary we would need to crack or dismantle the NDC to the core. A more fire. That is what somebody brings on board. Okay. Yes, there was a anytime after 10, we will arrange it, please.
Thank you, sir. Thank you,
sir. Afa, a teacher, Idrisu Musa Superior, aspiring general secretary of the MPP, and Otene, na or 10-point plan be here must see a two boise room in the studios now. Amaliba Kingsley Haruna and Haruna Kingsley Amaliba of the NPP Watinasi and was I mean Manunsi or as is name mistake NDC. Yeah, where the I am you. Shepherd also said the Mitch Shepherd. Oh, Uncross Capes also. It's Amaleba, a NDC ni and Citizen Francis and Nana Frimpong as also a MPP ni. But before then, quick interview from concerned MPP Germany. Almost say a national chairman of the party. Now, we're only one side of an issue. Now, when you the other side of the issue, and what me akwa arbitrary decision be, and they describe how he looked at the time of taking the arbitrary decision as being fishy and erotic, and then we were told say erotic as say describing him in a sexual excitement. Na Germany for us where they buy you know convener our Stuttgart Alaji Sulemana yade ne twetwe nkomo kakra Alaji yade
Lafialo ADAKABRE Alaji ADAKABRE
hey na adie na ba Sheikh Mahmudu Osioma hey na die na ba concern MPP Germany across all board Stuttgart Frankfurt Saarbrücken woman nyina kire say chairman of the party wa take arbitrary decision be na fishy and erotic.
Okay, me that mechia what here for na machia MPP for nyina a omutie wo Ghana and any amano nyina. Me nia ADAKABRE pacho wa woni say external branches of MPP contributed a lot to the fortunes of the party, particularly Germany branch. The capital million said in 2016, branch contributed a lot financially and materially to the victory of the party. And in a party, recognizing the importance and I say external branches. No movie in a party anymore. A whole chapter a casa about external branches and how to run the external branches. And we share the law now, and I said NTI party constitution now. I can't about say the fact said external branches no one who quite so much share and mra our model run a branch because for example who Germany didn't drink as a Ghana and run and running Germany because the dynamics in Germany are different. Maybe last 4 years, let me put the issues in perspective. Last 4 years, and after last elections a year, a group of people led by one Madam Rebecca Abuaje-Sapon. I know that you describe when you statement say on the darling girl of Freddie Blake. Olusu Abbas so badly because of contesting for chairperson. And Olusu badly. Olusu badly, you know. Breaking off or not to talk on the party. Now, sir, I could grow with the breaking up. No. Mr. Chamberlain and I know the evidence now. I just Chamberlain. Actually, the Kutu party on the party. With this anti-party behavior, my name signed by the contested chairperson. And can you show my party room? So who show such an anti-party behavior? I think you do free party. And so the branch for the sake of PTT, they are accommodating of the fine. They are whole kind of assigned contested. And party no Emma who quite uncontested. A national council, the electoral commission, our man who quite uncontested. As my weekly. That Olusu Abanakwano, she has never stayed in Germany for the past 4 years. About only grew 1 hour never begin. And now, Oba and so party no Mbran and Brano ratified Brano on 29th August 2020. Sam Brano cut about elections. Why I am passing elections now. And Brano who kind section 11 Bana. Abia is very important for a deadline for registration. The Obi delegate and all to Aba. I will say a panel of 3-year party member for at a minimum of 2 years, and I will take what really use at a particular time frame, within a particular time frame. Now, because of COVID pandemic, and I call it the bad, party, National Council, share my area, are going to say, okay, time now, so name of Yama who can now or moment when you are signed it here. As my making now, Madam Rebecca, I will know your chairperson for Cologne. Or a member of the National Council who could take a decision. They extended deadline for registration by additional 7 months in total. Now, Shisha Bana said, I extended a day for 7 months. They extended 7 months to really know after delegates. They have almost 350 something delegates and an album. And Madam Rebecca and for HR agitation. The agitation now last year didn't for Papaya Party change. Said the cafe, Samagli, a question in Chikupan. Almost agitation, yes, you say. And man, Sham, they didn't run so I approach to register. Yes, I never register it, not a monk or from the register or Mungu, a friend saying. register anymore. Nakata ni yemu. Yenti asamra we yeshare no on 29th August they ratify at a mini conference in Germany Ghana. Madam Rebecca no a member of the National Council. She was present in this conference. No. And they say last 4 years no omoko sita nipa be go register no ema iduabo nyina da mu I think it's here pa. It is this year embrane ba in 2020 say no free na ekono. There was a certain limit and at a timeline for registration beyond which nobody will be allowed to register. And after even if you register, you will not be qualified as a delegate because about the process. So you need to compile the register, have some time to plan for the election. 1 month to election, I say it's almost at your money agitation. Yes, I did register. I'm not sure petition and the command national council. And I hear concerned members. Yes, so you gather over 40 members. Yes, you have petition in opposition to a petition. And the national council, am the ruling in favor saying. Yeah, cannot be on the basis of law because we cited all the regulations in the chapter. It says in the branch, it says you can't say 5-year register because that's a recipe for chaos. Madam Rebecca said the and or signed the petition called Ghana and he also tried 2 or more Ghana home. Edit another opposition support. The opposition coin and Ghana and Mr. Tifua, director of international affairs. A directed branch on what I refer matter to National Council. National Council should be 2 cases in sight of the issue. The National Council ruling. National Council held a meeting and ruled said opening the register at this time is a recipe for chaos. Let's just say under the direction of Mr. Tifua and after through the instrumentation of your friend, the General Secretary, all directors of the party work under the command of the General Secretary. Omo issue that a friend instruction them are branch no ebisu ama national council at for final so national council is the second highest decision making body of the branch. Taking decision said no, opening the register will be recipe for chaos. And yeah, conduct here 3 days ago. You see Mr. Chairman Blake said no social media break you off last 4 years. So on the issue fiat say you can be registered. Apply on Mr. Blake. Why see the side of the story? When see the other side of the story, the basic rule is no, all these are parent pattern rule. Listen to the other side. Mr. Chairman Blake, in many years of experience as a lawyer and as a politician, would sit them and run to say, yes, come down to the union be registered because he wants to satisfy the desires of Madam Rebecca Yabuaji. And I hear concerned members, yes, already and yeah, big Chairman Blake and run to because in law we have something called brutal forming. The one is saying the ruling nowadays, and it's brutal forming has no effect because it's illegal basis. So we are not going to comply and we make sure that the branch National Council will mount all the needed stumbling block to make sure the National Council does not. In fact, National Council needs to find almost Chairman Blake. This is first of all, administratively, Chairman Blake, you can see that there's something fishy. Anything you describe on is fishy, because Chairman Blake does not directly control directors of the party. I think the General Secretary, or not Chairman Blake, the General Secretary, I can instruct the Director of International Affairs, one for a year and that, one for a year, let every branch, not branch, what to say now to the because he wants to satisfy one Madam Rebecca Abuaji. And you can statement now, the top point now is yes, Chairman Blake, first of all, administratively, it is wrong for the chairman to step into the arena of conflict and make rulings in favor of one side without hearing the other side. Secondly, he has usurped the powers of the General Secretary by trying to issue a fiat without recourse to the General Secretary. Thirdly, he's telling us to flout all the rules and regulations of the branch. But the Chairman Blake, the national chairman, unless that branch with and they said in the year and the ambassador behind Chairman Blake has a child branch with
no said the year ambassador or what I don't know what describe chairman no relationship with Rebecca Abuaji Saponse or in a darling girl. Number something to say.
Yes, I say accepted Chairman Blake say Fabi decision in your money you know that Mr. Bema and you car like erotism. It's really believe one of the two.
It's time I'm
when the woman is leading the branch into a ditch. Chairman Blake fails to see that the woman is leading the branch into a ditch.
Na Senyesika
a darling girl actually yeah woman because Chairman Blake complies with it without any further detail and any further analysis.
Anyesika be erotism. Namoka say describing the decision as fishy and erotica. In fact, not just a mad discount to seek aside, no. None a year to see, I say, move as much as an employee.
The patrol, and not yet. The decision, that the Chairman Blue decision is by, looking at how arbitrary the decision is, looking at how illegal the decision is, and how irrational the decision is, it could have only been driven by something fishy or erotic. So, the big jam with the meaning, Mama, I give one who said, the head Chairman Blue is standing as a long-term lawyer and an experienced politician, and for him to come, usurp all administrative processes and ask us to trample upon our benefits and rules and regulations in favor of a woman he has been supporting all through without, recourse to other side of the story. This could only be fishy or erotic.
Yo, enti adi akoso nyina no. Thomas Foucault ewo Berlin chapter or supporto. Michael Nana Edu Jamfi Kumanini, Ryan Necker, also supporto. Jones Bonsu, Freiberg, also supporto. Patricia Abigail Ado, Bremen, Nana Asam Wamponsa, Sabroken, also supporto. Baba Wa Darmstadt, also supporto. Isaac Boache Frimpong, Frankfurt, also supporto. Adjoa Hoffman, Darmstadt, also supporto. Anna Amadura, Bremen, Mr. Amadura, also na ede eroticism no ebeshe mu. And it is a war Alaji Suleiman, Stuttgart chapter, when I convener. It Amadura also me say no one it is a erotic the beshe mu. In so no one better. It be a chiamu nyina.
Mr. ADAKABRE, finally, the members now, you're probably need to we have to because we have a list of about 40 signatories that you throw petition in opposition to that decision way. And Sunday, your person is breaking the jinx of the 8-year jinx. Your person 2024 to decide when you're banner. And Germany is poised to contribute massively to make sure that you're going to win in 2024. And you such a kind of 3 months of record. And I said, we another tradition with the MPP. So we don't want him to spoil his legacy in the MPP. We don't want him to destroy the MPP, all because he wants to satisfy the whims and caprices of a woman. As that decision now, Chamabu taking, it has only been driven by something fishy or erotic.
Aye, Alaji, yedo masi papa, bribia to mama yasonte, why?
You might say,
yo. Hey! It must only be driven by something fishy or erotic. Hey! Amaliba! Abrofunu ba mu say ya.
Abrofunu ba say ya, omo ku school. Abrofunu ya.
Class 1 for any.
Adazu group must P4 dey qualify. Obo mi nchia na mi nchia T4. Mi nchia okru oni mu ye.
And this MPP as my come me.
Mi nchia me mama, the honorable MP4. We are grateful to have MP. I mean, Chairman of Frimpong, Unache. What for you see? A some way wrong. And you strum one and your more ye. Omutin Yasu. One son jump on through the year, me fan to my Okoko and Bomicum and Conante Quayas and Pepe.
Just a Tibia moon. Just a and strum and no man your master Nomtitin Yasu. And one more can. And one song.
One son jump on through. In fa huma antuma kokoko embo mekum na kujan entumikum enkonanti nuase mpehwe na mom ye pa ye behu nti ne chirebua
ye pa ye behu nti
yes isanti asamwe ofa medima no betumbi na
abrempo be ma no kwama nda no atom
otuminka obekiri aka so ba me kwan mbobo asamwe na poso mfiri ho mbeka mpipi asam ne bi eye omo na ho ofa unim abrenti we Ghana web 13th January Sunday 2021. Your friend E.J. Bachman.
Ebu Bachman.
Or your MPP, former Central Regional Organizer, if I'm right. Or say, you can't lead MPP if you are a Northerner and a Muslim. And here, number 1. Number 2, NPP is a tribal Asante party, not a Kan party. Achina Brentu. Is that Achina Brentu, okay. Where 13th December 2011, no, can't answer no. Miaminia Kamal Dean, Onoswaka, that it's not time for MPP to have a northern flag bearer. Then this MPP benya, a bear about 50 years ahead. Ono no account. Now, Musa Superior is saying, or say, ye NDC for near propaganda about who should lead the MPP. Mr. Noah, Omoya Omasano Moka, Omundo Mufiasem. Manen NDC, Sebio, Embeshes and to Kawemu, because We have nothing to do with it. Our own actions, inactions, and omissions, and attitude and conduct, they have inexplicably, yes, they have inexplicitly demonstrated to the Ghanaian public, say, you need to belong to either a Chem side or Asante side to lead MPP. I disagree that MPP is a Khan party. It is not, because a Khan is a bigger umbrella which they are trying to hide under to gain some political sympathy. And also, my name is NDC for NECA. It is the lives of the NDC. The band no money more the lives of the NDC. Look, Nana Kumia over the week, Waka say MPP have become unpopular. All the media houses have reported it, including my platform.
What's it saying?
NPP have become unpopular. They are aware, but they will change that narrative before 2020. He has admitted. By virtue of that admission, what Jatum say, MPP has failed. Because the confidence the people had in the party, particularly Mampeni Akufuado, no more to Abamano, in 2016, essence day 169 MPs, EDP ni suno for Ankoye, or the Koya Bosniabo and the Kankwa, and then the Omainabo. And to my bedia to Musa Superior Casan, what yet to say, or money more yading. Nemom, Dia Ayan or NDC for Naka, Nemom Entisa. Oh, and Yamma. I may go my friend Dina Samoa, or to Jom. Now, my man, this MPP by no. One Mayama, when you saw Babacan and say, well, say Ghana is hard, but I don't feel it. No, poor said you. What tarry table Nasia, whom propose good for no. Only be tough frimpo. Or say, or mine dear Ayano, a kind of man for cow. Mampina Kufa, and Brani at this side of Parliament, Unim. Here, ya, or see a kika. And Ghana yet day. If I just or say Dana Samoa say Kikasa Ghana yet no more dear, she doesn't feel it. That is it. But Ghanaians are somewhat MPP for Ekanye. So Omani Muya Ayadin Amokano, and you know correct. Omani Muya Dimbia. And to Mojitum say, Petrubo and Cosro. Omojitum say, and no more boy and Yadin will chrome. Omojitum say, Astronomu and Numa and Yadin so they are Mokano. And you was sitting them not 2024. Kotu aba. Now kotu aba ni wia. Men fan kotu ballot box no mu. Otu wia fa show bottom. Ebe ya for kunwako. Otu wia. Pensu bottle ba kukuta. Unya special eyes ba ko a. No permit pa bia kuta. Otu wia na wo we. Na wo no kakra. Enche na bo 5. Eya bo 5 pe. Ko baby NDC pool agent ne te no. Na fa ni na ko hye nsem. Okenkan wia. Fa gu fiewura so mu. Na so no fa ko collation center. Na mo de ko collation center ho wia. Jina hona hwe ni declare NDC MP as a winner. Na fo ni di akire ko say ye be declare President Mahama and NDC as a winners. Ni masasa newman no man fa no to mapamfra. Na MPP for nsaba omo Canada omo party say they are living in a different land. Ah, Musa Superior. So no ye Tamale MC.
Yes.
Of course. Wame part 1. Any asaba part 2 ye na Kotna Forestry Commission. Forestry Commission wa over. I think you knew a man for Chabankrai. Rosewood are air free north. Yet the amber were 2 rosewood so stem for Ukroma. Now said your Mochi a crampo, Minia, what is saying, Lands and Natural Resources Minister. Abujinapo. Or say, among the Boko National Cathedral and say as a foundation, no more the Yaguso. We are here to see. So these people are showing that Omodi dear may, no to once or more may no more bush of what dear. Ghana for. Put me the Monoko buying the Mojaba Matafre. They don't care about that. They have no sympathy for the masses and they don't care about the hassle we are going through. There are internal elections. A B and a German chapter of the party. Edehu or the saying press release Abano. It can be erotic. Erotic, and I say erotic. Of a cabra put with a video. I would say they
erotic.
Error nobody take alcohol because of say erotic and thereby fishy. What is fishy? Darling boys and darling girls. Now one say now one hour back MPP man wunu ofra ntuma. On sham to money mo. Abo na obeka osono man wunu so abo osono. Amimim na timi kunu. Ene koto. Okonum nsu na yakɔhye ne hwene mu a na wɔta ne hwene ne ho a ɔbɛbro ne ho saa no awu. Something small will kill the elephant. And the Beku is within. Other than a party amoko tuaba, you have started disqualifying candidate without providing grounds and reasons for disqualifying them. And you think that is laying the good foundation for you. They can come and say, yeah, NDC for Nieka. Yeah, we are having a comfortable lead and we are cool towards 2024.
Oh, you are still in a comfortable lead.
We are still in a comfortable lead.
Eja.
Yeah, I'm back.
Yo, medasi. Babe fa kwenya odi amami so na minchia Tema West constituency.
Chairman Anabuachi.
Chairman Bakope. Chairman Bakope. Aitino michia Tema West Funyina michia Honorable Carlos Kingsley Ahinkra.
Well, for all kinds of honorary ballot for parliament.
MPA Obo Ejuma Ankasa pa.
Anichia ni ye.
Na minister Kalokin. Oh no. Kalokin. Citizen Nichiao. Na minchia electoral area coordinators Tema West nyina me semse me budi anhwe na bibie eno so akweba michia right from me eba mebo coordinator Henry because and the odini birthday. It's a coordinator Henry. Happy birthday to you,
Michio. Carlos Ahinkra, yire mame.
Auntie Ama, me pacho. ADAKABRE so ochiao pa mianso michiao ADAKABRE ochiao. Eti no michia coordinators nyina coordinator KB. E wa brantie bi wo Tema West ho. Coordinators wo Ghana nyina onu no so wo mu. Young gentleman, fine gentleman, coordinator KB. Michiao any coordinators ake nyina. Na eja mem nua idea. Every baby sometimes say asem beto ho anaso oti asem mo a okasa te said the excuse me to say ono wo different planet and yesu yeti different planet mu MPP yesha asifri polling station yaba bedru constituency level maybe few points in enya challenges brono am free so be Tema West polling station pepe electoral area coordinators pepe nyame ya domo Saturday ebe to constituency election. I mean, we GDM passe Tema West for delegates. Bekwa to abano fe. Me dia me ko for secretary.
Hey sir.
Sir.
Me mani wono saka.
Me ba say.
Me mani wono saka.
Me saka. Mate. Me ko etimi ye sure say delegate for secretary paper no mo hwa ase ho a. Obehun say number 5 ne ye nana Obrimpon usu. Omo de betim hoko de. Enti no ejuma na ekoso I agree sir in the political dispensation no edru bibia ubenya 1 or 2 challenges bi na say ye can about disqualification and say we are there are rules be megina ha and support to disqualification that falls outside the law abana ye to no me sure say emra eda ho ne ye de to say ya disqualify obi outside of the law there are rules and I support all those people. So Ombe making the effort to make sure that the laws are applied. So being so, excuse me to say, constituency will be crowd to about oh na chai unye BBI and no PSM bejina BB. And also sano any 1 or 2 issues bebem. Minia baby ye dre now can be before issues about tribal politics in Apendo. Adieba kwa mini interest wum. Tribal politics because you to meet na Ghana ha na so omo amanone a omo nya Ghana fo kra you to many omo ebomu ye nyome bia adenti na say o Ghana ha na say obi for central region west north up and down ye the tribes bekasa and tribal politics is something we shouldn't even encourage let alone entertain in our conversation and any the yemfa no to nchen they also you focus on the competency of the person. Now me tell me I make asem say MPP empenifo mienu o mabaye forerunners ewo nyame ya dom na se yekodru point ye ko presidential primaries empenifo mienu Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia doctor ena Alan Chematin some empenifo mienu we uyi omumu bia na oye solid 10 the NDC fokuta ne neba Omampeni dada John Dramani Mahama. because papa no ebu man da ye hu de dwuma obetumi aye ye hu de we adum so ba ye bre okrom ha saa wentumi asolve ye hu de we oba krom ha project papa ebe hu confirm ni nyoma no use Ghana say so ye hu ni da ye hu say ye say ye akwan be bregu Ghana ha enso MPP ba to mi mu no ubi so obi obeken say problem kese ye beton ye akwan e bi ni ho enso ni nyina no so ma ye enti Ghana fo behwe Nanado Dankwa Akufo-Addo Ninjuma pa oye enti for me the America che ye party mpanifo ne say sabri die yesromo moma yemfa focus nko njuma pa Nanado Dankwa Akufo-Addo wa ya na so ogusu ye yembo ne chiri dom ne en support no because ye ko drew presidential primaries na irrespective of onia ye be chusu ni bia no obe ride on the success of Nanado Dankwa Akufo-Addo no otumi dey make progress no enti me the American say yembo ne chiri dom njuma pa waya ende free SHS o kan yesemenka ba me nuanum bebrebe a me mfa ne se omo NDC mu nyina obi a wo ye Ghana ni timamuni a obi a akobi ye wi akuafi wo memu se Ghana ha na free SHS ni ha until 2016 Nanado Dankwa Akufo-Addo buy apart from the aya me fancy ye try some time back aban bi abesin ko one off Ghana for refi say ade foforo Nanado Dankwa Akufo-Addo share bo no so eno di so Ghana for refi say me bi abesin ko se bibi ton na se wo pe ambulance wo be bre wo fra e bi atrotro bi etwetwetwa inside ekunya na e bi abesi ho ye refi say aban bi aba wama for the first time no utwa woni obeti win anytime wo beti ambulance etwemu bia no eyenkwa ena Nanado Dankwa Akufo-Addo na memmuo pa eje obi nkwa Ghana for refi so me the message ye mpanifo ne say wotimi waka me ni we no yesremo Nanado Dankwa Akufo-Addo ye adwuma wo hwe akwan the kind of kilometers of roads Nanado Dankwa Akufo-Addo eye ukobro bia so construction of roads ekoso ewo ho moma yen kan dwuma pa Nanado Dankwa Akufo-Addo ye moma yen broadcast na enko out na manfo hu se papa no oye adwuma bo a ohye no odi so ye be ya NDC de okuta pen na se pen niti kura to fom a obe forget so okuta pen inkom etinu no obe fa dia ye case eti yen focus on Nanado Dankwa Akufo-Addo ni njuma pa oye ni yen pushi and it is enough for us to use the works of Nanado Dankwa Akufo-Addo to break the 8 because uhwe njuma pa Nanado Dankwa Akufo-Addo the ye mistake na yen pushi na yen ko yenim ni ebe ye mistake na John Dramani Mahama former president manu susumuna so na say mistake bi esi no ba onanga so say aka me 4 years mini bibia me ba beye 4 years nso de mo ba mo ana mo ma me koe dwuma me de bedi mo de mu nim enti no yesremo Nanado Dankwa Akufo-Addo ye dwuma me gitum se sia globally bibia ayedin obi ti o si aden na wo bo Ukraine Russia ntoko ekoso o de ka ene wo si dan na so pe iron rods o hwe de we are pricing asesa wo ye mehyew bibia asesa
and na ye dey call the next topic is rising food cost any services any prices said the normal ko say DNS here kokoyi car ewo enese oko na se wo pe sprinter kurato Mercedes Benz sprinter wo pe bi ato a 312 no ubenya ne bia 120,000 na car ya DJ 120,000 na otua duty 87,000 and it tells you says what 87,320,000 more say na aka no 120,000 no now what 87,000 free more exact 120,000 no 120,000 out 87,000 if free more yes I cut 33,000 so it meant to say maybe I could talk car no shipping no bibiano be 33,000 now what the aba say now pot ya do 87,000 now we beton car no 120,000 abe na betika bus uko ibas nanka duty 130,000 you see do 280,000 DNS that in free hefa
me da say me nim the way almost calculated duty no could do figure say no the ejuma report but me jitu mu say see shipping cost and I say sea transport freight ako high dodo na no nye say free Ghana ha odie omo di dwa na omo koto nyoma free China ni Dubai ni abrochimemu no ye ni omo di nkomo omeka chro say enyoma na nkomo to wie na say bedru ha in terms of freight ni cost ni nyoma ni nyina asesa ebia times 2 times 3 akosoro no make I said last year no there was one report be me need access to it now project here one of the UN bodies in Ibi project say coming into 2020 no freight any transport nyoma importation nyoma ne bo be kosoro pa and Ghana unfortunately we are not country ye produce most times no Ghana their ebane say ye import nyoma all the time it because of say Ghana ye country ye depending upon importation you know ama challenge buy ha you know their main mechanism say nyoma prices are high no nyoma after post covid the cost was west hono eno hu nsunsuaso NAB esi wo Ghana ha no because ende ye wa hai se pen no se biscuit o se dien yo enwoma bebre no ye import ene ye de ba Ghana ha ena baby so ye import ba no ye mpo post covid e de ne challenges hwe die esi wo Eastern Europe say obi be kan se won hia but Ghana ha ye we sunflower oil enwoma bebre ba ye use wo ha dodo na afiri ho ena eba iron rod dodo na afiri ho ena eba fango bebre oho side na friba oho so na ntokwa na nyoma ekoso wo yi enti kakra obenya no ye cha by all means when your friend is said demand is higher than supply the bia pricing bekosro enti no a global challenge but minim say na do dan kwekufu ado or your name Dr. Mahmoud Baumia almost say nyoma de be ya ye humbe han ye kakra e wo man mu ha
mama Frimpong quick interview kakra bi say Abranti or Tonton Cars.
Okay.
Obi a minivans near the airport. Na you musano say no cre say and duty no akosrana. How does it impact on Omoton car? George Yamaha.
Yeah.
Now what to say?
We patch you.
And Kamuko yi ekotono duty no at the same.
Duty no control papa. And same up for you printer 87,000. Printer 87,000.
Na ugo yi printer 87,000 no. Nanka kanen we ni saying.
Kanen no. Na ye 30, 37 or 32.
Nanka 37 and 32.
32. And you know, they say 87,000.
32,000, 33,000, and then every 87
to 35,000. Then I would, you know, they say 87,000.
Now, I don't know you're over age, Anna.
I over age, you can't about Anna Natia. That's so. They say, I don't put too much. Who can count here the start to the account? They say, my normal control. They say, I'm a Korea, who could hear, some 170. They say I'm try something.
A Corolla Nanka Yananka 17,000.
17,000.
Over 30,000.
30,000.
Every banner, your pen saying figures in the chassis course, Rosa.
A mere figure in the chassis course, yes, 2022 money.
And duty no cost, Rosa.
And no cost, Rosa.
And for transit, Craco Yaba to bet you are saying.
For transit, they say you for you for transit, and so put up 30,000.
30,000.
Aye. For transit.
And this was print out the SC we are also turn 120,000. Now with the 87,000 grand just acquire 33,000. I said, I could talk about brochette me a shape na your background now with the also dear card better than your account. 33,000. Hey, at the mobile, a human says you're not at the same.
They said that you are a cash, no. Obi better obi three put physical cash in the car. Obi better car this will be.
There's obi to me for physical cash in my car you.
There be a secret there be obi we put physical cash in the car.
But yeah, me am fancy and prepare me about some why.
Yo.
Amaliba.
Over.
Masaba. The duties no.
Duty not all can. Won't say me boy word be about over age all can. I agree, sir. And your man akwaso kakra. Me ne amafo bi so ye adwuma bi. Car I'll be ship buy. That is Honda Civic 2015 edition. Duty and nipa ni tua GR there 17,000. Me fancy almost 18,000 or 17,900 and something. Okay, that is Honda Civic 2015. But say okwa cracker me fancy Honda Civic 2005 a year over age and also more penalty so. But way I'm just making a point, and this is around Corolla pricing almost.
But Corolla no. Nanka 17,000 in line with Hyundai. As you see, and I call over 30,000.
And I make us say where your current as my making invoice I had man nipa no date na was we.
Amanda where you can be there.
Invoice I was no enti na
that's like a time for me musa bi bona.
And then I won't me comment too.
There be
not something to comment. It's a national issue.
There be Obeka politics.
No, and your politics are same.
The rising duty levies need charges.
But you see, Frimpong, Professor Otias here, particularly the point I want to make is say the next MPP candidate will rely on the achievement of Nana Addo Dankwa, current president, to win the next election. That's it. Ghanaians are listening. Nanke do mampini kufaru to mampini da mahama ho a. Sebi I saw their kroma ai peta wo yare edu to okore ho. The difference is too wide. Now as we speak, we are almost entering the second quarter of the second year of his second term. Who dey catch him do mampini kufaru ai. Musimo yi akwan. Okojina parliament.
Ya no di levy abey.
Oh, wafa, meba ho. Okojina parliament, e catch say we year kwan is it over 10,000 dB kilometers or 100,000 dB kilometers. Joy News. One of the ministries, that's one of the officials I'm interviewing from Ministry of Road and Highways. Was so far the nim on record of it me aka banya kwanya banya yi awo nim 64 kilometers.
64 kilometers.
Yes, I have the video, the interview here on my phone. 64 kilometers. Any point for fra omampini kufa do abanya ye on record awo nim. Mobile Coco Road.
64 kilometers. It is a circle to Apejak Panto.
Wafa.
And Tisa. I just said now okay.
My platform no. Me say Joy News. Is it Kojo Yankson? And I hear an interview. I have the audio on my phone here. The video. The interview. Okay, I can search it for you. I can search it for you. But my main twaso. What's it? Mahama Ba. Mahama Ba. What's it? Mahama Ba. Or the 4 years. Or Baba Eden. You see, we don't need to tell them what Mahama will do within even 1 year. We don't need to tell you. Now, I be or design. I be paying. You for the be a baby and quashi. Mahama don't need to tell Ghanaians what he will do. Ninsanu nyuma ho I didn't want dance here. Because Mahama who are the who are you who? Emma Banya waji 2 billion. Everywhere but IMF for $2 billion. No one to me account here for. The who be who am a Banya? What call you $250 million every stabilization fund? $437 million from World Bank. Another 20 billion from Bank of Ghana. I printed the man. And a bio or Sansukoji 84 million euros every European Development Bank. COVID-19 Trust Fund. And all the resources are banned in same. No one to me accounting for. Mahama who you are, the who you must uncle for no. The Mahama who you are, the who you who Emma Sputnik V. When I'm going to my men who have fraudulent contract, I'm going any scandals are about under President Kufuor don't to be investigated here. No one punish say the court not appointees no. The Mahama who you are, the who you must uncle for no. The Mahama who you are, the who you am on nipple promises say, or he is coming to protect the public purse. Na ene What dissipating public purse? Captain Smart said what time public purse no and they cotton mami fi wo chebi. Whether it is true or false, I can't tell. Hama hu yehua, ni hu huma san krofo no. The mahama hu yehua, ni hu yehu amama mpanina banya ye de Ghana tumi ahya wonsa. E de asrafo ne Ghana kodi ina ahya wonsa. Na waten ne ayusa akonde no edukum timamufo. Mahama hu yehua, ni hu yehu ama san krofo no. So menjina baby enkada. The president Mahama baba mu ade ba no baba ye. We don't have a problem. Whoever you are bringing, somebody alane bao, somebody bao mi bao. In fact, you can even go to parliament and change the constitution and let them opinion kufuado any lunch matene bao mi and body chidop as stood running mate. We will still floor you in 2024. Ah, na mo yesuma ebo kachire. Yesuma ebo kachire. We know what we are capable of doing. Killing to win or retain power. And na baba ye. Don't forget, Nkrofo Wafa. They are the most political scammers of our time. MPP4. Ye ko to amampene ku for deba no ye. Overnight otu soldier for train by twice. Obo 100%. Opposite for the obo ho immigration no more ho. Ye to aba no we deba no ye. He went and put all those monies again. The master made that mu man ye katuen to mu bia. This is your government. This is amampene ku for you and you are telling us that you have something good to offer. What again do you have to offer? Mubaba Bem, Mahama left you inflation of 15.4%, and then inflation is almost 20%. Mahama, Ejamo, or the saying, a boost a car of 120 billion, and then Mudia could do 410 billion, 410 billion, without a single project to show. Kejetia market, whole Kumasi Airport, and baby, Mahama Sanu, you want to be no. Terminal 3, Terminal 3 is giving you more money. Okay, do you know how we ended Dumso? How many megawatts? We left you 1,937 megawatts, including 3 FPSOs and a 12.1 billion gas. Or say, what have you done?
I'm a member of the NDC.
Unemployment.
Brimpo of the MPP. So, I want to na worker.
Me patcho Martin me dase. Me pe baby a minuani de ende no. Or the way say omo be employment ho nyoma bebre. But me no me pese me komenim. Because am say me komichi a e be me kai time a nurses wie school a yentumi post you omo. E ma me kai emre bia besen kwa unemployment kra po ye beti ho association nyina e be ma me kai ni nyina. Eti no me nko because John Dramani Mahama no omampeni dada enye nipa foforo ena dia ebia ogina so aye na advantage a opeso de ba eye ono na se mo kan se Ghana for do mu refi ade enti no onimpa se Ghanaians refi na memu obu wo ha enti de besi bia no se obi ambekai ye anase yanka akaye ho a yenkai se emre bia besen kɔ no John Dramani Mahama no your mampeni was so ni ehu di oyeye ewo mamu for the first time in the Fourth Republic no mampeni bi ba so Ghana for say no ye hwe dia wo ye ni amambu poto awo ye ya yentumi ma won to aso mpa one time ho krapo eni eyi ni free so enti no so wakɔ same John Mahama also wakɔ rebranding ne ho opeso osan be biom nyame adom Ghanaians are same this, we are same people and many drew ha you will compare everything. The Ananado Danko Kufuado ba utumi ye. The John Dramani Mahama nso wo ho utumi ye. Na ye kasa o se mayenka. Ye bubobo nyoma mutumi ye te se moye a mode records to ho se yaye ABCD a. And ye twa ye ni ayehu. Etime nko ho. Me say ebi ne de. Oh, masa, o pese me kai confirm a mode Ghana sika koto ya ituko ye. Anase ndua opebiri mu mukodua ndua ba akokra nji yenkoso na jai yenkoso enti no dia 2000 na win ndua no dia me pese meka ne se nana adodanko ekufuado sa me wiase de bia wiase atwe ne ho akwa gina after covid any ahokyere esi wiase nyina no tembia me komikotodwe nimu a ya me de nyankopon ase se o mampeni oteso ewo Ghana since your friend is saying 2020 they ba and also since the time of COVID ni peja ne home so anye John Dramani Mahama not so na eye na do dan Kufuado because anka me sure say problem e be si o memu ha no yentumi so ano because ye hu John Dramani Mahama no si so a problem kakra ba o memu ekwan yo fa so dum so ba ye ndwuma egu ye amanfo mo bre ye it was an internal problem now the ayetia ni say megawatt capacity megawatts but oko router eka kakra na ye dia yetumi o se yetumi ko tua ka no de be betumi nya fango a de be power ye generators so that ye betumi akoye nim yetena sumu ha cheye it was an internal problem enti ami bisa me ho se sankono no te so na problem say aba utwa wani a amanoni a ukoje mbo omo so problem ni bi ato omo so a anka John Dramani Mahama edien no beye amagana ha enti no ye koye nim de America ne se ye de ye be focus because Nanado Danko Kufuado wa ye ndwuma bebre baby a me nim se MPP ebia ya touch makaka say the way a ebia NDC be trumpet so omo the concrete ba kugu one side that the wo mbekọ akoye book kese ye gu ho no ma publicize the agu notice board kese so na manfo be hu no MPP ha no ase ho no se ye man ho so me final comment me da wase ye ba ye di program be wi the American say the American say me go back to Tema West tell me free ha na makwa kochia once again the good people of Tema West na min chia delegate e Tema West ho minchia party impenifo eda no na minchia council of elders na minchia coordinators elder Tema West no na minchia obibiara okwa abanyame ya adoma Saturday we ye kọ akoto aba na se ye kọ na ye koduru ho a mepamocho eyasumdue na ye pe de edikan ye kọ akotra the way eye dia wafa we na mepe no meto ama no na mababese na mekọ emre ni duru ona muduru na mukoduru secretary na mupeja secretary paper na mumbo modin na mo hwa ase ho na ma 5 a mbehu nana obrempon wusu a me call for secretary na monto emame na me wogidie mapase ndwuma pa ya hwa ase no moma ya kwanya na ye betumi e de akọ enim pe te se dia mobọ modin emma yemfa ne se omo dikan besin ko momo akwanya omo so be ye de ombetumi aye enti no adesrede na me de to Tema West delegate enim say mosumfo nana obrempon usu me call for secretary me wase o eya monto aba emame me da moase
ana brempon aye MPP ni okopre aye Tema West aye secretary na ansa na obekọ no amaleba final comment you saying
the final comment tew answer akwala obewu no odene ko shepo botum kra ya de obeyankwa Mampine Kufuado and MPP government have shown clearly said they have failed. Now, 2024, no government now crosses 2 terms under the 4th Republic. It's time for them to also go. They must go because this is not a government a Ghana for. It should soon say Komomba Benya. This is the most incompetent, inefficient government ever. The UTM before the Musikasa. They have run out of ideas. And a government as you go. We are on autopilot. Almost a levy. 11 in power. We will go through. Put your commentaries. It is very clear that it is a stillbirth has died on arrival. And until time for MPP to go home for us to kick them out and bring the competent President Mahama led by NDC to make things better.
Right.
And let me also add my voice. The people of Tema West. The next two for 2024, the more call position. The more call position, so you need to more badaye. That's you. Money daho. No more abotre. Na more nipa hodo. So the Omampile for the baby partner anymore. What did the job anymore? Munaba na mo bromano. Mesa so mo koto abana mbando mo fantu fie. Then koya somdwem. Na secretary no. Omo ka obrempon nti oba obetima manage omo yi no e opposition. Na futu obetim dia mo no.
Yo. Na aye chairman Nana Boachi nso so so ko election
chairman Nana Boachi Kobi of course or to Tema West for say on to chairmanship
still maintain
almost see wo boy
what man no
one man no ho mate
police station executive yes ho
yeah 1400 me fast one 1446 photo
omo nyina won ko chia obi a it's Tema West Nana
Boachi
Uncle Chia will be no so to saying.
Osha ballot paper no so a Chema Boachi peke ye no.
Unkaya jai.
na minja no mankoye we ba mate
police executive nyanko chia obi a
oh there be oguso tem bia no oye one chairman na nyame se yenka no kre ni relationship with party faithfuls no very solid
ana wone MP so ntemu ye
oh me sure say that oni ho anka ye MP ne juma na ebeye din mo pa waboa MP papa
and mo ye police station abato no so ntokwa bi ensi ho
debi for the first time bibia ko pepe coordinators akopepepepepe and we nsu ye ba beko wan ye bibi ti so remu ye we say o se debi obi anko
ba ku bi amoko na yire ne man nyina aka ho esusu olusu yi asem hifa ne ka no ola ko Michael ana eba na ode ye beko fie no ode ye ko no ode ye beko jojo usuneti neat 100.9 FM daba me ADAKABRE Mahmudu usioma na dwumade mi ti ho chiame anyu ko joda me ado na de mi si abonche me ofa ase ma Jerry ogina ne na so ahwe ata kire ma bibia akoso na ku afiri Yesu bo won chidom na abena frema bankro oni me ban na ya asafo omo so social media handles nyina edema aye